I talked about it in the video last night that this game tonight was setting up to be a complete and utter disaster. And it was. Now, it didn't start out terrible, though. This is the problem with this Jays team in this series so far. They have countless opportunities against Blake Snell to score some runs early on. They do not. And if you go check out the Twitter, check it out down below, because I was more active today because it was getting fiery. When you leave 5 guys on base in the first 4 innings against a team like that, they will find a way to beat you down at some point. I said it yesterday, when you had a 1-0 lead and you were doing great through 5, you're not going to win that game 1-0 against this team. They will find a way to break through. And they did, and you lost. Today, like I mentioned, you left 5 guys on through 4 innings, and in the bottom of the 4th, the wheels started to fall off. A 2-run shot to Max Muncy. You get no offense in the 5th inning. Then Shohei goes deep. It's 3-0. You get no runs in the top of the 6th inning. Then you allow 6 runs because Yariel can't pitch and Sir Anthony Dominguez can't find the zone to save his life. This is the problem. And this is the thing that I think Jays fans were frustrated at the deadline. If you watched our podcast, I said that, or we all said, really, we kind of gave it a B grade for the trade deadline, right? We said, Sir Anthony Dominguez, good. Louis Varland, good. The possibility of Shane Bieber, good. But we needed some sort of bat. Now, you brought in Ty France, who, hey, kudos to him, right? Went 1 for 2 today, walked once, got on base twice, had a double in this game as well, off of Blake Snell. Good for him. But damage. And you didn't get that. And I gotta say, George Springer, he's the heart of this ball club. I get it, Vladdy's getting $500 million. And I get it, Bo Bichette is going to get absolutely paid. I get that. But the leader on any sports team isn't always the best player. Right? And I'll use hockey as an example because they actually, for the most part, they have captains, right? A great example that I love to use is a guy like Dustin Brown on the Los Angeles Kings. And go look him up if you don't watch hockey. The stats aren't anything to go crazy over, right? They're nothing that you're going to look at and go, oh my gosh, like he was incredible, Hall of Famer type thing. No. But he was a damn leader. They're not always your best players. And for George Springer, hell, this year, yeah, he's been your best player. Vladdy's played more games than him. George had the same amount of home runs. Talk about clutch hits. George Springer in a nutshell. That's just who he is. You don't win in World Series MVP because you're not clutch. Trash cans or not. You don't do that. And how many big hits has he had for this team this year? And you remember when Davis Schneider had that 14 pitch at bat or whatever it was, but it was a pop-up in the infield? Who's the one that ran over to him after they got a 3-run homer or an RBI single scoring or whatever happened after that? Who ran right over to him and was like, that was against Carlos Rodon, and was like, yeah, that's on you. That's all you. George Springer, the leader of your ball team. We all thought it was going to be a concussion thing, 7 days. He's back to Buffalo. Boom, we're good to go. Well, he has still not played with the Bisons. And I have no clue what's going to happen. But let's be honest. Since then, disregarding the Rockies series, the Jays have been no good. They've looked all out of sorts. Because he left in that first game against Baltimore. Now, yes, you were down 11. You did lose that game 11-4, and that game was in the 9th inning. But then you lose 16-4 to the Orioles. We all know that pitching game was no good. But then you lose 3-2. Could have used him. Could have used a clutch one. The next game, you barely hung on 9-8. We all know that. We all remember that game. Then you lose 9-3 to the Royals. Then you win 4-2 to the Royals. I was at that game. But then the 7-4 game to the Royals, you could have won that ball game, and George Springer could have made an impact. Yeah, you won 3 games against the Rockies, but I look at the first 2 games of this series. When, yes, you lost 5-1 yesterday, but you were up 1-0 in the 5th inning. And hell, you were only down 2-1 going into the 7th. And then I look at the ball game today. where it was a 0-0 game going into the fourth. And hell, through the top of the fourth, where you had 5 dudes on base. And having George Springer at that top of the lineup, damn right it helps. Good for Ernie Clement hitting a homer today, I guess, and going 2 for 4. But if you're an opposing pitcher, and the most at-bats that you're going to see in a ball game is Davis Schneider and Ernie Clement, yeah, fine by me. Absolutely fine by me. But George Springer, who has the highest OPS on the team, who's tied for the most homers on the team, you need him back in more ways than one. And I wanted to make that very clear in this video that is a massive, massive hole for this team right now that needs to get figured out at some point, because this is going bad to bad really quickly. And the Padres were up 4-3 in the 9th inning. They blew it to the Red Sox. It's 4-4 going into extras now. Look, Red Sox win that game. They're only 2 back of the Blue Jays. Comes at you quick. It really does. Now, if the Padres win that game, I'll take a deep breath and relax a little bit. Because you're still 3 up. We're good. Settle down. Now, it should still be the case. Relax, settle down. You're still 2 games up. You hold the tiebreaker. In hindsight, you're 3 up. We gotta relax. Find a way to win a ball game tomorrow, because this game was pathetic. Now, Dodger fans, I want to talk to you for a second. Must be fun to watch that team, albeit I think it's been a little bit of a struggle this year at times. But that team's the best in baseball. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the Padres bullpen looks like. I don't care what the Yankees look like, the Red Sox. I don't care. Or any team in the National League for that matter. That Dodgers team, they're the best in baseball. People keep talking about their starting rotation, health, and yes, that's obviously a big factor. But when you're watching, God, old Clayton Kershaw, which, you know, I've been to LA twice. Loved every bit of it. Saw the Dodgers, was it 3 years ago now? For the first time, went to Dodger Stadium. The next year came back when the Jays were there last. And loved every bit of it. Still wanted to buy a Clayton Kershaw jersey there, and there was none available both times, and I was just completely baffled. But anyways, regardless of that, you have Clayton Kershaw in your rotation. I don't care his age. You have Tyler Glasnow. You have Blake Snell. You have Yamamoto. That's incredible. It's the best team in baseball. And the Blue Jays are just getting their teeth kicked in left, right, and center. You know? Vlad and Bo, 0 for 8 in this game with 2 strikeouts. You know? No big hits. Doing it against the Rockies is nice. But you're not playing against the Rockies. I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. Just sucks, man. Just need them to find a way to get out of this. And hey, Dodger fans, can we have that win tomorrow, please? I know you moved Glasnow to the finale tomorrow. We got Eric Lauer, who's been a godsend for us, but it still scares me tomorrow. 4-10 first pitch. Give us one, all right? You guys, top of the division by about, what? Only 3 games, eh? Okay, well, I still believe they're going to win the division regardless. Yeah, 1 game, please. You won the series already? Buddy Kennedy had a double today. Yeah. Like, what? The fact that he's even playing and hitting... What did he hit today? Hit 8th. 4 hits for the Blue Jays in this one. 14 punch-outs. Walked 4 times. Pretty awful. Chris Bassett, I didn't think he was horrific. Just... It caved in the one inning, right? Allowed the 2-run shot to Muncy, which was the opposite field. It's just mad power. And then Ohtani is just Shohei Ohtani. 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 strikeouts, walked 2, allowed 2 homers. Yariel and Seranthony Dominguez they allowed the game to spiral, really. Third of an inning, 2 hits, 4 runs, walked for Yariel. 2/3 an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs. Got a couple strikeouts and a walk for Seranthony Dominguez. Also, I think it was 2 wild pitches as well. And then Braden Fisher, who I still don't I still can't fathom why he's going out there in these types of games. But an inning and a third, no base runners, and 3 strikeouts. Great stuff from him. And yeah, I don't know. It's painful. Painful to watch. And I just Dodger fans, sorry, but I pray to God the Padres win today, because the Jays need to just have some sort of separation with the Red Sox. You need to take this 9-1 loss and somehow spin a positive. If the Red Sox lose, you're still not 5.5 up in the Yankees with their win today. Red Sox lose, you're still 3 up. We can breathe a bit. Relax. But if they win, they're only 2 back. And then it gets real hairy. All right, but let's move forward to the finale tomorrow. Eric Lauer, Tyler Glasnow is the pitching matchup. 4:10 first pitch, Toronto time. Got to find a way to avoid the sweep coming back home, because you get the Cubs when you come back home. That team is damn good as well. They've been kind of fluttering a little bit like us, 5-5 in their last 10 games. Got to find a way. Win tomorrow. Get the finale. Get the good vibes on the flight back. Have the day off Monday to take on the Cubs on Looney Dog night on Tuesday. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, and not the game today if you're a Jays fan, but if you're a Dodger fan and love the game, because you probably did, hit that like button. Do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you guys. I'll be here tomorrow regardless. Jays, Dodgers, the finale of the series. Eric Lauer, Tyler Glasnow is the pitching matchup at 4:10 at Dodger Stadium. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not the game tonight. Talk to you guys then.